I found myself with a drill and blast engineer, and he was importing these blast bags, and to my horror we discovered they were being inflated with R22. That's the ozone depleter. And this guy said to me, you know, if you could make a local one, we wouldn't have to import them, but it has to be non-flamm, environmentally friendly, locally available. And 2 years later we had it, and we've continually improved on it since.
Continuous innovation and responsiveness is definitely what I think is one of our strengths. David really knows his stuff with the gas bags and the brew. When he started, we only had one type of gas bag when he started, and now we'd have at least 4 or 5, and then the variables involved, and that means we'd have thousands of products. And yeah, Dave's been the primary driver and behind all of that innovation.
I believe back in 1995 through to 1997, I got involved with a mine site down in New South Wales, and they were having some issues with some blast bags at the time. And in essence, that's how Koolkap came about. He came back and looked at how he could manufacture a better product and a better bag for the industry, and then from there evolved Koolkap. And of course, compliance was a lot easier back in those days to have a non-flammable product. Whereas over time it's become more difficult to be able to comply, and that's where ADG7 kicked in and made it a little bit more difficult. So in turn what we do is we do a lot of internal testing ourselves, and once we can find our product complies, then we look at third-party testing to make sure that we're compliant. So we've got certificates in relation to our Koolkap brand and our Koolkap products to make them non-flammable, and of course we do a flammable range as well. So when we looked at the brew and we looked at the changes from ADG6 to ADG7, we kept the bare bones of our product, and we just innovated. We made it better and we made it comply. So what we looked at is we looked at different variants of caps over the years. So if I was to pick up one of these cans, for instance, and I'll grab this front one, the beauty about this is it's an empty can. I can press that, it activates, it locks down. The mechanism where it locks down is right on top of the valve. In turn, these caps here have been tested up to 80 degrees. I'm not saying that we want to put our cans in 82 degrees of heat, because you shouldn't do that for storage and handling. But what it does mean is this is a far superior cap in those environments. Even if it's been exposed and cooled down, it will always work 100% of the time. And from a cap point of view, you know, that's somewhat gold out in the industry. So when we talk about looking at how we might develop and design something, we do over-engineer all our products. So if it can sustain temperatures of 60 degrees, we'd prefer it to sustain temperatures of 80 degrees, 100 degrees if we can. So we go as extreme as we possibly can, just to make sure that it's a proven safe, one activation, all day, every day. Yeah, look, overseas markets highly believe that Australia's manufacturing is just a quality product. And we've been supplying overseas for many, many years. Ever since I started, we've always supplied to places like Brazil, Peru, Latin America. So when we make our Koolkap bags, we've actually been ISO accredited since 2015. Okay, when we looked to get on board with our Koolkap product and became ISO compliant, we changed none of our current controls. The current controls that we had in place for many, many years prior were more than enough to comply with ISO 9001 compliance. When we talk about freighting, we talk about being local and being able to customise to your site. This is the importance of where I think we are a step ahead of everyone else. We are local. We can get bags on a truck tomorrow. I can manufacture a customised pallet today and have it on a truck the next day. So from a global scale, if we were sending product overseas, as like Australia, at the moment most of the mine sites pay for their own freight, which is a big benefit for us, and it's also a big benefit for them, for they save money. So if the global market take on that same responsibility and they look after their own freight, then our products are a shoo-in for the best performance on their sites. We'll make the product, we'll make the container, all the product will be in the container, and then from when that gets dispatched from our facility, they can maintain and manage the sea freight all the way to the destination.